Ladies, gentlemen, and Haradrim of all ages, new day, new news. Diablo 4 is in a constant state of updating, not just the game itself, but there's also just been new things to talk about with this game, both as far as what the devs have been saying themselves, and just general happenings in the community. So once again, we're going to go over everything of note from the last couple of days. Not only was there a patch to the game last night that most people didn't even realize, but we also learned the time, day, and general content of the next developer livestream coming up surprisingly soon. And we've got some interesting conversation to have about the map of Diablo 4 as well, and then also a couple more confirmed drops of the ultra rare uniques out there within the player base. First up then, let's stop on by the patch from last night. This had only one actual bullet point on it, but it's a pretty important one, honestly. Addressed multiple instances where the Diablo 4 client would crash in-game. I've had various crashing issues myself since launch, often during loading screens, sometimes in the middle of a nightmare dungeon, which just kills the sigil and that sucks, and sometimes just while sitting around in town actually just walking around managing my inventory. I would say that these issues haven't ruined my gameplay by any means, it's only once every couple of days really, but yes, it is an issue that would be nice to be fixed. That said, since the bigger patch last week with the big XP buff, stuff like that, people all over have been reporting far more occurrences of these types of random crashes for the game, which obviously is not a good thing by any means, and as of last night they put out a patch that theoretically fixes a lot of these problems. Coincidentally, my game crashed yesterday after that patch went live, but hey, hopefully that is not a sign that things aren't properly fixed, and I probably just got unlucky, right? Nice of them to fix this relatively quickly though, if it does work. Crashing is one of the worst feelings in a game.
And in a casa.
Past that, we have the official announcement of the next developer update livestream. It's going to be this upcoming Thursday, July 6th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. in the UK, 8 p.m. for most of the rest of Europe. You get the idea. You know what time it is for you based on that, so you can tune into it live if you want to. This promises to be just chock full of information on Season 1, which is quite exciting, and theoretically the stream will also give us a confirmed release date for the season, which up until now has been a vague mid to late July. A follow-up tweet from Adam Fletcher said this would be a big family developer update stream, big in capital letters, and I can't honestly tell if he's saying the family is big or the stream will be big, but hey, maybe it's both. He then mentions that there will be talks about the new class coming to Diablo Immortal and Season 1 in Diablo 4. Many people have just sort of chosen to misinterpret this sentence. It's pretty clear if you read it properly that there is a new class coming to Diablo Immortal, not Diablo 4, that is a separate concept. The Diablo 4 section of the stream will be about Season 1. But there are plenty of people saying new class in Diablo 4 in Season 1 as a result of this, including this guy who is genuinely trying to correct people with the incorrect information, to which Adam Fletcher replied and shut it down saying, no, that's not it at all. There's no new class for Diablo 4 in Season 1, and yeah, that's totally expected. There shouldn't be. The first new class for the game likely won't happen until an actual expansion does. I would not expect that to happen a month into the life of the game by any means, because if it was that close to being done, then it would have been rushed to make the base game, let's be honest. Past that, we also got a nice breakdown of what to expect from the stream. The Diablo Immortal portion will be the start of the stream itself, lasting for about 15 minutes. Then they will swap which devs are on the screen and do the Diablo 4 portion for the remainder. He specifies that this will be a long show with expectations of being over an hour. Clearly they have a lot to share with us about Season 1. I mean, if Diablo Immortal is going to go over their whole new class in just 15 minutes, it says a lot about the fact that we're going to be having like an hour on Season 1 for Diablo 4. I'm excited to find out all the things that we have to learn, what we have for the future, and of course, as usual, after the stream, I'll condense any important information they give us down and then share it with you all, in case you missed the stream itself, as it's a bit of an awkward time for quite a few people. Past that, we have more community-based interactions and findings. That's everything straight from the devs, but let's start off with this community-created interactive map. This shows the map of Diablo 4 overlaid on the map of Sanctuary as a whole as we know it. Obviously, stuff like this is always subject to change in game design, but for now there is something quite interesting to me about this. Firstly, this tells us that Diablo 4's map is centered around approximately 1/3 of the known area of Sanctuary as a whole. Not only that, it's not like a third that's in the middle that would be difficult to expand upon, it's in a corner. What's especially interesting here is that the developers stated before the game even released that there were plans for 2 expansions to the game already. Well, based on this map, it actually seems quite easy to say that one of those expansions will be the lower section of land that we're currently cut off from. The other one will be the upper portion that's across the little sea. If I had to make some really early guesses, spoiler warning for anyone who still hasn't finished the campaign, of course, but I'd say that we're probably heading to the western continent in Expansion 1, following Nerel, who is essentially carrying Mephisto across the sea at the end of the campaign. This is a sizable continent. There's a lot of land here, a lot of stuff that we could explore. If we include the nearby islands, this would be nearly the size of the base game as well. Then for Expansion 2, we would probably get access to that lower portion of land on the main continent and the isles nearby it. This is a smaller area than the other continent, but that adds up, as by the time that we get to the second expansion, we should be spending a fair bit of time in hell, honestly. There's no way that by the end of the expansions, all of the expansions for the game, we don't have a big climactic battle against some primevals and hopefully even Diablo himself, the namesake of the series. So it would make sense for one of the expansions to get less sanctuary space, because a lot more of it takes place mostly in hell itself. And so that order of events makes a lot of sense to me, but again, that's just speculation. Fallen Arel across the sea for Expansion 1, then smaller landmass in hell itself for Expansion 2. Past that, let's have a talk about these super rare unique items in the game that only drop from level 85 plus monsters and activities. The ones that always drop at item power 820, and for the most part, all have insane powers on them too. We have a confirmed drop of the Melted Heart of Selig amulet, the one that makes damage drain your class resource instead of your health, which is actual insanity, honestly, in the right build. With this confirmed, we officially have 5 out of the 6 of these dropped in some capacity. There are a couple of Shakos out there. There was a Doombringer drop a while ago. We had the first Grandfather drop happen a couple of days ago. The first Andariel's Visage a couple of days before that. Now the Melted Heart of Selig. And so the only one that is yet to be found by anyone is the Ring of Starless Skies. Given how much these have been starting to appear now that a larger portion of the player base is fighting level 85 plus content, I imagine we'll see this drop within the next week or so for somebody out there. I'd be surprised if it was a bit longer than that. That said, also worth noting, we have a second confirmed drop of Doombringer as well now. So that brings our grand total up to 7 of these ultra rare unique items across the entire player base of Diablo 4 in the hands of players, at least the ones that have been confirmed. Considering how many millions of people are actively playing this game, sure, not anywhere close to all of them are doing 85 plus content yet, a lot of people are still under that threshold, but 7 drops of these unique is still unbelievably rare. Genuinely lottery equivalent odds, so put simply, I wish you all the absolute best of luck finding them. I wouldn't make it a goal per se for yourself so that you're disappointed if you don't find it, so much as just if it does happen, if one of these does drop for you, it's probably about one of the luckiest days of your life as far as the odds go, unless you have some secrets that I don't know about. That just about does it for today then, everyone. Another roundup of the news for the last couple of days in the Diablo world. A new patch for the game client, the announcement of time and general content for the upcoming developer update livestream that will be focused on Season 1, a bit of confusion about a potential new class that will not be coming to Diablo 4, that's just a Diablo Immortal thing, then just a look at how the Diablo 4 map fits into Sanctuary as a whole, then of course a talk about the new drops of the super rare uniques within the community. And also, just for the sake of mentioning it, people ask about the builds that I use in these all the time. I use different builds in each one of these because I play the game a lot, but if you want to see the build that I'm using in this video, just go ahead and check the comments, we will always post it there. I hope you've all enjoyed this breakdown of the news, and of course I'll probably be back in a couple of days with another one of these, because the news never sleeps, and so neither do I. Like if you like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.